Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. It's so wonderful to have you here today. I'm your host, Daniel, and I can't wait for this conversation.
And I'm Anna. Hey everyone, hope you're all having a great day wherever you are. Today, we've got an extra special one for you. We're diving deep into British and American culture, and I mean the real differences, the everyday things, the quirky traditions, the little habits that you might not even notice at first.
Exactly. People often think, oh, Britain and America, same language, same media, same everything. But trust me, after spending time in both countries, you realise, nope, not even close.
Totally. And we're going to cover a lot today. Humour, food, social norms, work-life balance, holidays, sports, public transport, slang, healthcare, the whole spectrum. And to make it fun, we've sprinkled in real-life stories from our travels, plus listener questions that came in over the last few weeks.
Yeah. So, let's kick off with humour. I think humour is one of the most obvious and subtle differences between the UK and US.
Absolutely. British humour is, well, it's dry, understated, sarcastic, very ironic. Self-deprecating humour is huge. Brits often make fun of themselves before anyone else can.
I remember my first trip to London. I went to a small cafe in Soho and ordered a flat white. The barista looked at me deadpan and said, "Oh, that's brave." I had no idea if she was joking or serious.
Exactly. That's classic British humour. Subtle, layered, almost invisible if you're not paying attention.
Americans are, well, they're more direct. They laugh out loud, gestures are bigger, jokes are obvious. Think Friends, The Big Bang Theory, or even Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, it's like British humour whispers a joke in your ear, and American humour shouts it across the room. And it's everywhere, not just TV. I once visited a friend in Manchester, and they were teasing each other so subtly, I literally had to pause and say, "Wait, was that serious?"
Same here. And in everyday life you see it too. A Brit might say, "Oh, that went terribly," with a straight face, and you have no idea if they mean it. An American might scream, "This is the worst ever," with arms flying everywhere.
Totally. And that also leads into food and drink, which is another big cultural difference.
Right. In the UK, tea is practically sacred. People drink it with milk, sometimes sugar, often with a biscuit on the side. And a full English breakfast, eggs, bacon, sausages, beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, toast, is almost ceremonial. Don't forget bangers and mash, fish and chips and Sunday roast.
Portions are smaller too, but it's about ritual and enjoyment. And pubs aren't just bars. They're social hubs, a place to catch up, have a chat, maybe even discuss football for hours.
In America, coffee dominates. Breakfast often includes cereals, pancakes or bacon and eggs, and portions are huge. Fast food culture is everywhere. Bars or restaurants are the social spaces for adults. Pubs in the UK sense don't really exist.
I remember my first brunch in Chicago. Pancakes stacked taller than my head. I couldn't even take a bite.
Same in New York. I had a plate of pancakes with bacon, eggs and a side of fruit, and I had to surrender halfway. Portions are insane. And the way Americans interact with food is very different. Often grab and go, convenience driven, rather than slow and social like in the UK.
Exactly. Okay, politeness and social norms. This one is really interesting too.
Yes, Brits value politeness, understatement and queuing. Confrontation is avoided and humour is often used to diffuse tension.
Americans, on the other hand, are more direct, expressive, and socially outgoing. You can strike up a conversation with a stranger in a queue, which would feel very odd in the UK.
Public transport versus cars. Huge difference as well. In the UK, people rely on trains, buses, and the underground. In America, outside major cities, driving is essential.
Exactly. When I visited LA, I realised quickly, no car, no life. Meanwhile, in London, I never needed one. I could get anywhere by tube, bus, or even walking.
And work-life balance, in Britain, people get 25 plus vacation days, shorter work hours, and a culture that values time off. In the US, people often have 10 to 15 days, and there's this strong push to work hard, be productive, and keep busy.
Listener question coming in. Sarah from Boston asks, how do Brits handle stress compared to Americans?
Good one. I'd say Brits tend to cope with humour, understatement, and regular tea breaks. Americans might push themselves longer, work overtime, and try to stay optimistic, sometimes to the point of burnout.
Yep. Another anecdote. I once attended a quiet pub night in Liverpool. Everyone was discussing football, politics, and life. Calmly. I almost shouted by accident.
I totally get that. And speaking of sports, it's so different too. Watching football in the UK is passionate experience. Chants, flags, standing for 90 minutes. In America, football games have tailgates, marching bands, cheerleaders. Completely different energy.
Listener question. Mark from London asks, how do Brits and Americans socialise at parties?
Oh, good one. Brits, smaller, quieter, polite conversations, often at a home or pub.
Americans, larger, louder, more expressive, with games and activities.
Right, and that ties into drinking culture. In the UK, pubs, pints, and casual conversation dominate. In America, bars, cocktails, and organised events are common.
Holidays are another major difference. Thanksgiving in the US, huge turkey dinners, pumpkin pie, very family-centric. In the UK, Christmas traditions include mince pies, crackers, and carol services. Very cosy and ceremonial.
And healthcare is a huge one. NHS in the UK is free at the point of use. In the US, insurance is required and costs can be high, which changes how people think about doctor visits and treatment.
Listener question 3. Lisa from San Francisco asks, what surprised you most about public transport in the UK?
For me, the underground. Efficient, clean, and people are quiet. You don't see eating or talking loudly. In LA traffic, it's the complete opposite.
Even driving is different. Left-hand drive in the UK, roundabouts, narrower roads. In the US, wide highways, longer commutes.
Slang too. Brits say lift instead of elevator, biscuit instead of cookie, queue instead of line. And even small things like that can cause confusion when travelling.
Well, I think that wraps out Deep Dive for today. We covered humour, food, politeness, holidays, sports, healthcare, and more, all with anecdotes, listener questions, and laughs along the way.
Yes, hopefully you laughed, learned, and maybe even thought, I should visit both countries and experience these differences firsthand.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time for more fun discussions on culture, travel, and life abroad.
Take care and remember, culture is everywhere. And noticing the differences can be fun, eye-opening, and maybe even a little humbling.
Thanks again, everyone. Bye for now.